Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon. This is the Maryland House of Delegates Appropriations Committee. And today we have a very short voting session, but one that's important. I'm Delegate Maggie McIntosh, Chair of the Appropriations Committee. And I'd like to welcome you all to this voting session. We have one bill that we need to vote on today, and I will turn it over to Delegate Barnes to describe the bill and its amendments.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. The committee will recognize Senate Bill 433 as the cross-file of Delegate Feldmark's bill, which fixed the CADE formula. It passed the committee unanimously and the entire Senate, or the House unanimously. The Senate did add an amendment that put Selinger in the same fix. Just like the CADE fix of the formula, the Selinger fix has no fiscal impact, so there's no additional cost from that. So that should cause no one any consternation. I do also have an amendment, Madam Chair, that the members should have. This amendment really addresses a problem that was outlined by to us, and it's really a problem with our health disparities and out-migration of care. Prince George's County has the highest out-migration of care in the state. Some 30% of its care is out-migrated to mostly to DC, so it's not going to other places in this state, it's going to the district. Some of the specialties are much higher than that. Obstetrics is 80%, oncology 70% out-migration. So what we want to do with this new hospital opening this year, Madam Chair, is make sure that that hospital remains viable, not just as an emergent care hospital, but for all kinds of practices. So with that, the amendment essentially says that, it's on page 2 of your reprint, that the University of Maryland School of Medicine shall place specialty faculty in oncology, neuroscience, vascular neurology, and obstetrics and gynecology at this new hospital location. And it creates a pilot program of $5 million a year to incentivize them to do that. That's essentially the amendment. It's from 23 to 25, so it's for 3 years, and it nicely coincides with the hospital opening really this summer and this fall. We want to make sure we're proactive, that we can stem this out migration from the very beginning and see if we can start to repair some of these disparities, not just the racial disparities we know about, but socioeconomic, regional disparities. So with that, I would move the amendment.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, Delegate Grice has a question.
Yeah, I do. Thank you, Madam Chair. I think we all certainly want the new hospital, but to be the best it possibly can be, because I think our committee toured the Dimensions Hospital a few years ago, and to be quite honest, it was embarrassing that any of the residents in the state of Maryland would actually have to go to use that hospital. And so I'm very happy that the folks in Prince George's County have a better place to go. The question I have about this, though, if we're going to create an incentive for these doctors to come to this hospital, do we think that it will have an impact on other hospitals recruiting? Because I know that the hospital in Chestertown, they're having a hard time getting doctors to go there because it's a small rural hospital, and that's a challenge that all small rural hospitals all across the country have. And then, of course, Easton is in a similar situation there as well. And then I guess the second question is the University of Maryland. What is their position on this amendment?
Well, this was brought to us by this disparity, these disparity out migration issues was brought to us by them. As to your second question, as to your first question, no, because these doctors are already doctors, so they're not competing with another hospital. We're just saying those doctors in Baltimore are going to now have to also come to Prince George's County.
Well, the hospital in Chestertown is a system. So is Easton.
Right.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Delegate Lewis.
Thank you, Madam Chair. If it was okay, Delegate Barnes, I also want to respond to Chris briefly. This year in the budget, we allocated $14 million to health equity resource communities to incentivize health practitioners, physicians, and the like to locate in communities of the greatest need. So I would love to follow up with you on that, because that's something we include in this year's budget, but it's to make sure both in all across the state, partial areas where they don't have appropriate people, we locate the folks there. And what Delegate Barnes is talking about is essentially the same thing. The Capital Region health. It's not just for Prince George's County. It's also for Southern Maryland and other places who have to travel very far. But this will be very, very helpful in our neck of the woods where people are constantly leaving to get care.
Okay. Any other? Yes, Delegate Mangione.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I don't have the amendment in front of me. I'm just trying to figure out, was this for the coming year or for every year going forward?
It's a pilot program, just 3 years, Delegate, starting in fiscal 23. So it would be the next budgetary year, 23, 24, 25.
Great. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions or discussion? Delegate Vital.
Yeah, just a simple question. What the bill has to do with the CADE formula and the Salinger formula for community colleges. What's the nexus between this and the CADE formula in the community colleges? I mean, in the Salingers.
Yeah, so it does meet single subject rule. It's higher ed. The University of Maryland is obviously that hospital is a hospital, but it's a university as well. And these faculty all get paid by the university. All the faculty at OMS get paid by the university.
Okay, Delegate Vital.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you, Madam Chair.
You're very welcome. All right, we haven't voted on the amendments yet, so let's vote on the amendments. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Delegate Christ. Okay. Delegate Mangione, Delegate Novotny. Okay. Delegate Kettleman. All right. All right. On the bill as amended,
Move the bill.
Second.
all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed to the bill as amended? Novotny, Mangione, Kettleman, Grist. Okay. Is that correct? Okay. That's the only bill that we need to vote on today. I do want to remind the committee that we are not hearing, and we're not going to have a full hearing or a hearing on bills that come over from the Senate that are cross-file bills to bills that we've passed. They will go directly to the voting list, and also any other bills that come across that we didn't have will be sponsor only. So the work we have now, post crossover, I think will be, I'm not going to say minimal, but I just think it won't occupy, obviously, the time that we had on our House bills. We do have Michelle on the schedule for Wednesday bill hearings, or tomorrow?
Tomorrow is Wednesday at 1:30.
Oh, tomorrow is Wednesday. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we have bill hearings at 1:30 tomorrow.
And the other thing that I'm going to try to do is schedule any voting that we need to do on Thursday after we leave the floor, so that if by chance we have a short or no floor session in person on Friday, we don't have to, you all can be going to the grocery store and the dry cleaner, which is what I'm doing today. All right.
Just remember, Madam Chair, if your clothes aren't becoming to you, they should be going to your local dry cleaner.
I've been there this morning, Delegate McKay. All right, made one trip already. Anything else for the good of the order? Again, I thank you all, and we have the capital budget out on the floor tomorrow. So see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
thank you, Madam Chair.